Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Smiley Creations. Today we'll be discussing the fourth stage of AI project cycle, that is modeling. In the fourth stage of AI project cycle, we discussed in the previous stage the graphical representation of data that makes understandable for human as we can discover trends and patterns out of it. But when it comes to machines accessing and analyzing data, it needs the data in the form of numbers, that is, zeros and ones. When it comes to discovering the patterns and trends in data, machine goes for mathematical representation of the same. So AI model is being classified into two, that is rule based approach and learning based approach. This picture shows the AI model classification, that is learning based approach and rule based approach. In learning based approach, there are two types, machine learning and deep learning. This figure shows learning based approach is classified into three types, that is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Let us discuss learning based approach. Learning based approach is based on a machine learning experience with the data fed. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence which provides machines the ability to learn automatically and improve from experience without being programmed for it. It means that it is the type of AI modeling where the machine learns by itself. Under the learning based approach, the AI model gets trained on the data fed to it, and then it is able to design a model which is adaptive to change in data. That is, if the model is trained with the X type of data and the machine designs the algorithm around it, the model would modify itself according to the changes which occur in the data so that all the exceptions are handled in this case. After training, the machine is now fed with the testing data. Now the testing data may be not have similar images as the one which the model has been trained. So the model adapts to the features on which it has trained and accordingly predicts the output. In this way, machine learns by itself, adapting the new data which is flowing in. This is machine learning approach which introduces the dynamicity in the model. This figure shows the machine learning is classified into three ways, that is supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement. Okay, now let's move to types of learning based AI models. There are three types of learning based AI models. They are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. Let's start supervised learning. Here, trained on labeled data. It means in supervised learning model, the data set which is fed to machine is labeled. In other words, we can see that data set is known to the person who is training the machine. Only then he or she is able to label the data. A label is some information which can be used as a tag for data. For example, student get grades according to the marks they secure in the examination. These grades are labels which categorize the student according to their marks. There are two main types of supervised learning. They are classification, regression. What is classification? In this model, data is classified according to the labels. For example, in the grading system, students are classified on the basis of grades they obtain with respect to their marks in the examination. This model works on discrete data set, which means the data need not to be continuous. In regression, the model work on continuous data. For example, if you wish to predict your next salary, then you would put in the data of your previous salary, any increments, etc., and would train the model. Hence, the data which has been fed to the machine is continuous. Next, unsupervised learning. Trained on unlabeled data to find hidden patterns. It means an unsupervised learning model works on unlabeled dataset. This means that the data which is fed to the machine is random and there is a possibility that the person who is training the model does not have any information regarding it. The unsupervised learning model are used to identify relationships, patterns, trends out of the data which is fed into it. For example, you have random data of 1000 dog images and you wish to understand some pattern out of it. You would feed the data into the unsupervised learning model and would train the machine. After training the machine, you would come up with the patterns to identify out of it. The machine might come up with the patterns which are already known to the user, like color, or it might even come up with something very unusual like the size of the dogs. There are two type, main types of unsupervised learning models. They are clustering, dimensionality reduction. That is nothing but association. Okay, what is clustering? It refers to the unsupervised learning algorithm which can cluster the unknown data according to the pattern or trends identified out of it. What is dimensionally reduction? Dimensionality reduction, that is nothing but association. We humans are able to visualize up to 3 dimensions only, but according to a lot of theories and algorithms, there are various entities which exist beyond the 3D dimensions. For example, natural language processing. The words are considered to be n-dimensional entities, which means that we cannot visualize them as they exist beyond our visualization ability. Next, reinforcement learning. The system learns through trial and error using rewards and penalties. It means it is a type of machine learning technique that enables an agent to learn in an interactive environment by trial and error using feedback from its own actions and experiences. Though both supervised and reinforcement learning uses mapping between input and output, unlike supervised learning, where feedback provided to the agent is correct set of actions for performing a task. Reinforcement learning gives rewards and punishments as signal for positive and negative behavior. Reinforcement learning is all about making decision sequentially. Let us discuss rule-based approach. In this method, fixed rules are written by humans. The system works only as per the rules given and cannot learn or adapt on its own. It means in this approach, the rules are defined by the developer. The machine follows the rules or instructions mentioned by the developer and perform its task accordingly. So it is a static model. That is, machine once trained does not like does not take into consideration any changes made in the original training data set. Thus, machine learning gets introduced as an extension to this, as in that case. The machine adapts to change in data and rules and follows the update path only, while rule-based model does with it has and taught once. And some of the advantages of rule-based approaches are interpretability, transparency, ease of maintenance. Interpretability. Rules-based systems are often highly interpretable as the decision-making process is based on explicit rules that can be easily understood. Transparency reason behind the system's decision is transparent, making it easier to diagnose errors. Ease of maintenance rules can be modified or updated relatively easily, allowing for quick adjustments to accommodate changes in the problem domain. And these are some of the limitations of rule-based approaches. Limited expressiveness. Rule-based system may struggle to capture complex patterns or relationship in the data that cannot be easily expressed. Scalability. Managing large sets of rules may lead to performance issues, especially as the complexity of the problem domain increases. The fifth stage of the AI project cycle is evaluation. Evaluation is the process of testing how well your model performs. You use a separate set of data that was not used during training to see how accurate and reliable your model is. This helps in answering questions like: is the model giving correct output? How efficient is the model? Does the model need further improvement? Evaluation is critical to ensure that your AI solution is ready to be used in real world scenarios. It means evaluation is a process of understanding the reliability of any AI model based on the outputs by feeding the test data set into the model and comparing it with the actual answers. That is, once a model has been made and trained, it needs to go through proper testing so that one can calculate the efficiency and performance of the model. Hence, the model is tested with the help of testing data. The efficiency of this model is calculated on the basis of the parameter mentioned, that is accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. What is accuracy here? Accuracy is defined as a percentage of the correct predictions of all the observations. Precision. Precision is defined as a percentage of true positive cases versus all the cases where the prediction is true. Recall. Recall is defined as a fraction of positive cases that is correctly identified. F1 score. F1 score is a number between 0 and 1 and is a harmonic mean of precision and R.